we go back again with another video. Yes, it is the international break, so I thought I'd do something different for the weekend. So before we get into the main journey of this video, we're going to go into those who got the correct score. Yes, we do have a competition here on the Mad Mistake, and if you leave your score prediction of the Sunderland game every week in the preview video, you can have a chance of winning a football shirt. And if you're not a Sunderland fan, if you win top of the table, you have a chance of winning a shirt of your choice to the price of those shirts. So yes, people who got the correct score of Sunderland 2, Watford 2 was Alex Dixon, Yorkshire Mackham, Brian Greener, Astronaut, Kaz Laplace, yes, Jacob Aviard, Joe Wani, Kip Vader, Angelic Skin 77, Jonathan Mariner, Thomas Pearson and Zach Jones all got the correct score. 2's a peach. And Astronaut, Kaz Laplace, is top of the table with, I think it's Chris Wilkins, all on 3 points. 3 points, and there's loads of people on 2 and loads on 1, so it's wide open after 10 games so far. And news on Sunderland players, Ellis Short's injury. Hopefully after the international break, he'll be available for the next game. Now, chances are he will be on the bench, because the last 2 games away from home against Reading and Watford we played really well, and there's no reason to upset the apple cart to make sure Ellis Sims is perfectly fit and sound. I think Ballard as well is probably going to be a bit longer than we expected. About the World Cup time we thought he was going to be back. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not till after the new year. Now in the new year, what players should Sunderland bring in? What positions? I know before the last transfer window went quiet, we were trying to bring in someone to sort of help out Corey Evans in that defensive midfield position, and also a defensive position. And players that might leave actually might go in January. Trey Hume, who's not being used in... not being used really at all in the first team. He could be wanting to maybe get some game time somewhere else as along, also with Jamie Tete. So what's your thoughts on those 2? Would you keep those 2, or would you bring better in to help us do what we're doing at this moment in time in the Championship? We're in 5th place after 10 games. Absolute fantastic start. Now, let's run through the Championship table as it stands right now. We'll start from the bottom of the pack. Yes, Coventry City are in bottom place, 24th place. They've only played 7 games so far under Mark Robins. They haven't won a game. They've drawn 3 and lost 4. Now, when we played Coventry at the Stadium Light, I didn't think Coventry were too bad. The first half, we kind of outrun them pretty easily. But the second half, they were quite strong. Now, they've had problems with the football pitch, hence why they've only played 7 games. Is it a false position for Coventry? I dare say it probably is. But it's a dangerous game they're playing. By staying adrift at the bottom, it has a kind of mindset on the situation. For me, with a -6 goal difference, they will struggle this season, but will they stay in the bottom 3? Now, Huddersfield are an absolute free fall this season compared to the last couple of seasons. They were in the playoffs. Was it last season, not so long ago? So what has happened to Huddersfield? Huddersfield fans, if you're on channel, let me know what's happened to your team. They're in second of bottom position in the 23rd. They've only won 2 games, drawn 1, lost 6 with a -4 on 7 points. And filling the last position in the bottom 3 is a surprise package. Middlesbrough, unbelievable. The Borough, yes, under... the Riverside Stadium, I thought they'd be a good team. I had them in the top 6. I think it was top 8 in my pre-season selection where they're going to be. So I am very surprised with Chris Wilder to be in the bottom 3. Sunderland got beat off Borough. Sunderland lost to Middlesbrough. Yes, we did lose to Middlesbrough. We did have 10 men, and to be honest, we were a little bit disappointed in that game because we lost Ross Stewart beforehand. But to be saying that, I didn't think we played that badly. I thought we didn't play great, but Middlesbrough didn't play that much better. And we could have gotten an equaliser towards the end. So yes, Middlesbrough on 10 points. Now, saying that, there's only 5 points between 10th, between 3rd of bottom and the 6th place in the playoffs. So there's a long way to go yet. It's very, very close table. We got 5 points between The third off bottom all the way to 5th place Sunderland, only 5 points difference. And then we have West Brom, you know, that next position, just outside the relegation position. I thought West Brom would do really well. I had West Brom in 6th place, I think, pre-season. Now they're only 1 place off relegation against early doors. Hull City are in free fall. Hull City are in free fall. Hull City had a good start this season. And I've been talking to a couple of Hull City fans, and apparently, you know, they do not like the manager. The manager at Hull City, who anybody else out there is the same, is thinking the manager will probably be one of the next ones to be sacked. Now, they do think they've got a decent squad. Some players are decent. And they do think that another manager coming in, maybe different tactics, could do a better job. But Hull City in 20th position on 11 points. Now, who do I think now, after 10 games, will be relegated this season? When Birmingham were one of the favourites to be relegated, they're up in 17th place. I had Rotherham down as relegation fodder. I had Rotherham bottom of the table. And Rotherham have lost their manager today in Paul Warne. Paul Warne has got to Derby County in League One. Paul Warne has left Rotherham and gone to Derby County. Is that a strange one? Or do Derby have plenty of money to spend? Because Paul Warne's been at Rotherham for quite a while now, done a good job. Bit of a yo-yo club between the Championship and League One, and they are now in, at this moment in time, in 8th place with the game in hand. But do I think Rotherham will get relegated this season? I'm going to suggest, the way things are going at this moment in time, in the table, Blackpool again, just off the relegation, not doing too well, but it's early days now. I'm going to stick by my pre-season prediction, but I'm going to say Rotherham will be the third of bottom team to be relegated. But I still stick and say they will be relegated this season now, bottom of the table. Who do I think is going to finish second or bottom? I know I can't really see a way out for this team. I think second off bottom is going to be Hull City. I really do think that they are struggling. They're not having a very good run of form. And they're dropping right down. Another 4th position. What about Reading? What's your thoughts on Reading on 18 points? Reading, won 6, lost 4. No draws whatsoever. Will Reading be safe? Now, bottom of the table. Who am I going to go for bottom of the table? It's going to be a difficult one, but the way, you know what it is, it's just, for me, the way the games are going for Coventry at this moment in time, that is going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to be down there, but do I think Coventry will be relegated at bottom of the table? Do you know what it is? I'm going to go, I tell you what, people think they can turn the form around. People think Coventry can really bounce back up. But what happens if Rotherham maybe... I tell you what it is. No, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick with my pre-season prediction. Sod it. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go with the 1st position. I'm going to go Rotherham, bottom of the table, and I'm going to go Birmingham. Even though they've had a good start to the season, I'm going to say Birmingham, because at this moment in time, they are in 17th place. That is my bottom 3. That's the way I see it at this moment in time. Other teams that will be in free fall. I do think Reading will eventually struggle and drop down the table into the bottom half. I do think Coventry will just survive, but that will be really close. And one of the team I do think will struggle this season. And again, I'm going to say Wigan. I'm going to say Wigan have had a good start this season. But I think they're the 6 teams for me that are in big trouble this season. So that's my thoughts on that. Now the top of the table at this moment in time, Sheffield United, who were in the playoffs last season, a brilliant start. 10 games, won 7, drawn 2 and lost 1 with 23 points. That's a fantastic start to the season with a goal difference of 14. The only team with a double-figure goal difference. But where do I think Sheffield United will finish this season? Do I think Sheffield United will be in the top 2? I've got a feeling, you know, we almost a quarter of the way through the season. I do think Sheffield United, sorry, I hope I didn't say Wednesday, but Sheffield United, I do think Sheffield United will end up in 2nd place. That's where I think Sheffield United will finish. Who do I think will scrape into 6th place? Again, I think this is going to be a strange one. Do I actually think, hand on heart, Sunderland will finish in 6th place? Do I think, hand on heart, do I think they will just drop out of the top 6 finish positions? I don't think QPR will finish in the top 6. But I'm going to say in 6th place, in a false position, I'm going to go for Watford. I'm saying Watford for the simple reason is no, I tell you what, no. I watched Watford at the weekend. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go for Watford in 4th place. There we go. Watford in 4th place. I thought they were a decent side at the weekend. They struggled a bit in defence towards the end of the game. Sunderland brought on the really good, pacey sort of youngsters, and I thought Watford really did struggle at the back end of the match. I thought Sunderland was only the team that was going to, if it was going to be another 10 minutes in the match, I thought Sunderland were the only team that looked like scoring. Watford looked strong in the first half, but did falter. Now, is the new manager got what it takes to get him in the top 2? I don't think he has. Now, this is going to surprise you a lot. This is going to surprise you. Who do I think will finish in 3rd place? No, we'll go for 6th place. I think in 6th place. Now, I'm going to stick by what I said before. I'm going to stick with West Bromwich Albion. I think they were in the 1st position. I think they will climb up the table and finish in 6th place. Now, in 3rd place for me, right, 1st place for me, I'm going to stick by my original decision and go with Norwich. Norwich to be in first place at the end of the season. I thought they've had a good start to the season. You know, they've won 6, drawn 2, lost 2, with a goal difference of 7, 20 points, one game, 3 points, 1 win away from Sheffield United. I think they will turn the table. This yo-yo club of Norwich will get promoted again this season. Reading will drop out of 3rd place. I think QPR will drop out of 6th place. I'm going to go for Burnley to finish in 3rd place. Again, Burnley, a solid start to their first season in the Championship's relegation. They do have the parachute payments. They do have the money in the ex-Premier League players in there. I think a good start. You know, they've only lost 1 game so far, Burnley. They've won 5, they've won 4, they've drawn 5 and lost 1. So they've had a good start this season. They've only lost 1. There's only 3 teams out of the whole league that have lost 1 game. And who is the other team? It's Rotherham. But I think Rotherham will be in free fall. That's just my personal opinion. Who will finish in 5th place? Who do you think will finish in 5th place? I'm going to say, I tell you what it is, I'm going to say, and as much as I want Sunderland to finish in the top 6, I'm going to go with Blackburn. I think Blackburn, for me, will sneak into a position of the playoffs. And Sunderland, I'm going to say Sunderland will finish in a very healthy 10th place. But of course, if we do make it into the playoffs, I'll be absolutely cock-a-hoop and over the moon. I really do hope we can make it into the playoffs, but I'm not going to put the mockers on like I did the last few years and say we're going to be top 6, because I just think maybe it's the season too soon. A lot of these youngsters got a long, hard season ahead of them. We've got a lot of injuries with Ballard, Sirkin, and Ross Stewart, and Ellis Sims as well. So we've got to be careful. So I do think, you know, there's going to be some bumps along in the road, but I think we'll be safe and healthy in the mid-table, and even, you know, have that. I think we'll really give it a good go for the playoffs. Like, we'll just fail towards the end, like the strength and depth. If we don't strengthen the squad in the January window, I think strength and depth will eventually catch us out. So there you go. What's your thoughts? Who's going to win the Championship? Who's going to come in the top 2? Who will be relegated? Am I completely out of the ballpark, or am I completely right? Thanks for watching the video. Please take care. God bless. Don't forget, I do have another channel called The Mad Mistake Visits. I will be doing another video this weekend on that channel. Please pop over and subscribe. There'll be a link down below in the description for The Mad Mistake Visits. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to this. Enjoy your Sunderland and football free weekend. Unless you want to watch the internationals, England. UEFA League, or whatever you call it. But you think, I think it's a bloody waste of time. There we go. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you later.